Hello and welcome back. Before we start this week's podcast, we need to discuss our patron. Sam, what is our patron?
Our Patreon, Tom, is patreon.com/From the Boundary Podcast. And on Patreon, it means that you can support us.
If we sound professional, it's because we messed it up the first time. And how much does our Patreon cost, Sam?
Our Patreon is £5 a month. And for that, oh, fucked it up, I'm not restarting. For that, you get these episodes that you're listening to now early. So rather than getting them on a Monday like everyone else, you can get them on a Saturday. You also get a discount on merch, which we haven't started yet. But when it starts, you'll get a discount on merch. There's also going to be extra episodes. We're going to probably aim to do one a month, potentially, probably. And we give you priority when it comes to contacting the podcast.
Excellent. Thanks, Sam.
Any other questions about it?
Not for now.
So, to reiterate, patreon.com/From the Boundary Podcast for just £5 a month, which is less than a pint in most places, isn't it? Basically,
down here it is, yeah.
Basically, buy me and Tom a pint a month, and then we'll be very happy with you. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to From the Boundary, recorded in a loft in Kent. Let's see what these two idiots have to say this week. Before they start though, I must ask you to follow, like and repost all their amazing social medias. Search From the Boundary on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok for updates and clips.
Hello, we're From the Boundary. Sam, I can't help but notice before we start this podcast, there is a cap on the table. Can you tell me about it?
This cap is from Cricket Services. Henry has been nice enough. We've had him on the podcast. He's an OG guest. Probably now our OG sponsor as well. He's been nice enough to give any listener who contacts QuickFix through any of his social medias, his Instagram, his TikTok, and wants a service done by him, 5% off.
Oh, nice.
And all they have to do to get that is message him, asking for his service, whether it be a back refurb, a rehandle, anything like that. And all you have to say is, or type, however you do it, because I don't understand how sponsorship works yet, but all you have to say is Boundary 5 and you get 5% off everything.
Oh, excellent.
Off the complete total. As we've said, we've had Henry on. He is brilliant. If you need a battery refurbing in Kent, absolutely brilliant. And now, listeners to From the Boundary get 5% off. Just in time for Christmas.
Very good Christmas it'll be too.
Yay.
Hello and welcome back to From the Boundary. I assume you can hear me.
It looks like the lines are going up and down.
Yeah, that's good. I just realised that was right under my nose, so I didn't know if you could hear me or not. But...
Well, it's probably the best you've sounded, because you normally sit with the microphone like that far away anyway.
How are you?
Rough, but I'm power. I'm not like you. I don't take sick days. I have got... point proven. And if you hear coughing, sneezing, I'm not allergic to Tom. I have got this fucking cold that's going round. Which is why I look like I'm dressed in like a fucking... I look like I've just put a sheep on.
Yeah, it does look like a dressing gown. It looks really comfy.
It is really warm.
Yeah.
So I am going to be sweating, but I am going to power through, because I've had this now for 2 days and I'm already fed up with it.
Commitment to the cause.
Do you ever get that though? You know when you're... I don't know what you're like through the summer, but I get quite bad hay fever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I get like a 2-3 week window where I can actually breathe properly.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh, the hay fever's gone. And then all of a sudden, a fucking cold kicks in. You're like, I took for granted that I could breathe. Like it's a thing that we should be able to do. I'm either defeated by flowers, or I'm assuming one of the kids has fucking given this to me.
I was going to say kids probably aren't great for, you know, in terms of catching stuff from. Yeah, I don't. So weirdly, I don't really get hay fever consistently. All my family do.
You get it just as the ball's coming towards you, don't you? Just as you've got to go and take a catch, all of a sudden your eyes start streaming.
No, so what happens, I don't know. Do you remember at Bredka, that game where me and Bomber did well? Do you remember I got really bad hay fever there?
You mean the one where I broke my finger?
Yeah, that one. So I got really bad hay fever there. But like, because my family get it consistently, they kind of all prepared for it. And basically, one of the players' wives had to help me out because I had absolutely nothing. Like I wasn't prepared for it at all because I don't generally get it. And then all of a sudden I got it, and we're about to field for 40 overs. So I was like, well, this isn't ideal.
This isn't going to work, is it?
So, yeah, almost the fact I don't get it catches me out, because I do on occasion.
And if you're wondering why it looks so dark this week compared to last week, I forgot to charge my phone before we came up here. And I've had to unplug the light to charge my phone, which isn't going quite as well as I'd hoped, because it's currently saying 12 hours, 55 minutes to fully charge.
Yeah.
I think there's something wrong with that lead, but I'm going to have to power through because we've started recording now. So
I'll be ready by tomorrow morning. For the listeners,
Fucking
Sam's phone will be fully charged.
yeah, it won't. By the time this comes out,
only just.
only just. Right. I'll do like an update as we go through, like 20 minutes. We'll see where we are in 20 minutes.
Because even when it says, because I've had that with my phone before, and I ended up buying another charger. But even when it says like 14 hours, it wouldn't fully charge in that period of time.
No, I'm expecting. We're at 3% now.
Yeah.
I reckon. Well, we'd normally record for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I reckon we'd be at 4%. If I can get to double figures.
Oh, you're not getting to double figures.
No.
You might get to like 8.
Ow, that's not going to help, is it?
That's not going to help.
Why am I doing the majority of the talking? I should be dosed up with night nurse. And what I have just done is added 10 minutes to my time by kicking it.
Oh dear. So yeah, we're going to talk about the test against New Zealand. So we've had the first test, second test
starts tonight.
Yes, that'll be ongoing by the time this comes out.
Mm-hmm. We do this every week. I think we just need to assume that people are listening to this on a Monday.
Yeah.
Just assume it's Monday. Or we just completely break the third wall and go, we don't know what's happening because it hasn't happened yet.
So yeah. I think of what else. Oh, I'll tell you what I'll talk about first.
Oh, you're starting. We go.
No.
Okay.
This is.
You're trying to work out whether to do this as a rant, aren't you?
Yeah, it is kind of a rant, but I'm going to do it. I was coming back from football on Saturday, and I was on the dual carriageway coming back towards, coming back this way.
Yeah.
And I was overtaking a car.
No, you weren't.
I was.
I've been in the car with you, mate. You weren't.
And then this car came up my arse and started flashing me. And sometimes people do it, and it's annoying when they do it. And then I overtook this car. Then I was overtaken. Then the next one, I was overtaking that one as well. And he continued to flash me. And he must have done it for about 4 or 5 cars. To the point where I was like, well, even when it clears up, I'm not going to move.
Oh, fuck. And then, you're one of them, were you?
And then he turned off onto the slip road. I thought he was going to undertake me. I've never been so frightened in my life. I thought he was going to undertake, and then sort of... yeah, so I don't know why he was flashing me to try and overtake me when he was going to take the slip road anyway. I don't know, but...
Police car?
Yeah, if it was undercover police car, then...
If it was undercover police car, I'd like to think he would have put his lights on by the time he's not fucking moving over by the flash it up. Put the blues and twos on.
Yeah.
So what have you done this week?
Not a lot. I went to... That pub was quite nice I went to last week.
We got a cricket do this week.
Yeah, that is Sunday.
So when this episode comes out, we could be fucking ropey.
Yeah, probably. So, yeah, that pub was actually quite nice. And what was quite funny actually at that pub though was I got there first, and the entrance is opposite a newsagent's, and I saw staff coming out of the newsagent's, and just as we were about to go in, the staff sort of. That awkward bit where like you kind of like who's going to go in first. So we let them go in first. Yeah, they had 2 carrier bags. The 2 carrier bags. So they'd gone to the newsagent and bought ingredients to use in the restaurant, which really made me laugh because they weren't really that subtle about it. And also they probably could have done that when they started their shift. I don't know when they started. This was by.
They might have run out. Have you not seen it in like Morrison's Cafe? Can a member of staff please bring a packet of sausages to the cafe? Because we've now run out.
Yeah, but it was quite funny because they were quite brazen about it. And I think I saw definitely one member of staff did it twice. I was just like, fair play.
Well, something must have been popular.
Yeah, it's just quite funny though because it's just literally that I was like looking around to sort of try and identify like what we were near when we were meeting up and stuff. But we're near a newsagent because I can see half the staff coming out of it.
Where are you? I'm just having a party outside with the staff.
Yeah, there's no staff actually in the pub at that point. But
I managed to finish my tiling.
Yeah,
but I've now decided that I'm probably going to do some more.
Okay.
Because I've tiled. Basically, I've tiled where I wanted to tile. Ish. There's another line, but it involves taking a mirror down that's stuck to the wall, and I'm scared of doing that. Because it's bad luck to break it. Well, I can't have much fucking worse luck, but
join the club.
Bad luck to break a mirror. And then it involves some really pinickety cuts and things on tiles, which is just a fucking pain in the arse. But it's done, and they are level.
Yeah, they're good.
I was quite impressed with that. The grouting needs redoing. I found myself. It was weird because I was like never tiled before. So I imagine this is going to be fucking horrible to do because it always looks so horrible in that people have got like angle grinders out and things like that on TikTok.
Yeah.
And my father-in-law gave me this angle tile cutter, and he was like, "All you do, push it down, scrape, lift it up, push it down." And I was like, "That's too easy."
Yeah.
That's no. You've just. It's like me going.
It's like on.
It's like me going to him with a socket and going, "All you got to do is get a bit of cable, put it through there, connect it into that, and connect it into that, and you match it, and it'll all work."
It's like watching something like Mary Berry, where she's just like, "Yeah, I just whipped up this paella," and you're like, "No, you didn't. You just whipped it." Like she's just like, "Oh, I just did this, and then I did that,"
Yeah.
and it's really easy.
Paul
like,
Hollywood goes,
no.
"Oh, I did this 20-minute loaf of bread," and you're like, "It take me 20 minutes just to find the ingredients."
Yeah.
Let's not lie here. But yeah, he literally went, "You just push it, and then you lift it up, and then you pull it down, and it will do the tile." Fuck, I was flying, absolutely flying. I was like on the wall, nice and level. It then got to the stage where I'd done the bit I wanted to do, and then I was like, I need to do another line, and it looks, I've got like a gap like that underneath the window sill. So I'm gonna have to just do that. Cut the first tile full length and just cut off my little slither that I needed. And that's really good. Got the other one, and then found I had that much sort of underneath the window sill, and then it was a full length tile, and I was like, "No, this is beyond me now." I'm giving up. It looks good as it is. I'll have another go another time. But no, I did that. That was fun. But there was one thing I did over the weekend. What did I do over the weekend?
You were very pleased. I remember getting the messages. You sent me one message. I was like, "Yeah, that's good." And you sent me another one. I was like, I can't remember what you said. And then you just kept sending me messages about how manly you felt and stuff. So I was a bit like,
"Oh, yeah, that was the tiling."
Yeah.
That was definitely. Honestly, I don't think I've ever felt so manly in my life.
You obviously enjoyed it. You're obviously proud of it.
Well, it is just that. It's a proper. It feels like. It's so strange considering I do it as a fucking job. But electrics can sometimes be a bit. If you're a bit too rough with it, and you're like, "Oh, fuck, I've broken a cable." Or something like that. This, you just get to go, bang, fucking tile, slam it on the wall. Duh, you feel so manly. And then looking at it, I was like, "Yeah, it looks good."
Yeah, it does.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
And then there was a moment again, like I said, I sat there and went, "I'm manly, not a fucking expert," so I'm going to leave that bit.
Yeah.
That bit I might have to come back to.
Also, this week, it is presently at home. My mum's gone up north to see her twin sister, so it is a lad's pad at home. I successfully managed to cook dinner last night.
No, you're practicing for when your house goes through, because you know full well that your brother is not going to cook.
No, apparently he's cooking tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you having?
Spag bowl. It's not.
Oh.
It's not.
What did you cook?
Pasta bake.
Your flat is going to be all the fucking carbs.
With spinach and peas.
Not the hardest bit.
No.
Like, if you turn around and gone, like, "Yeah, I've did a fucking chicken."
No, I'm not going to do. But then this is what makes me laugh, because my mum does most of the cooking, but she assumes as soon as she goes away that, like, we just don't know how to cook anything.
You're going to die.
Like, but I've like lived away for 5 years. I think I can survive.
Yeah, but you lived off pot noodles.
I don't really like pot noodles.
You not?
Not really.
Are you one of these that goes for like the? Actually, no, I don't think I could imagine you. None of those ones that you see in the student towns. They go, "Yes, well, I've got cookie."
No,
noodles.
Not really. It's just like sort of, well, stuff you can put in the oven. Ready meals.
How big is your freezer for when you move into your flat?
It depends whether it stays or not.
Well, I'm imagining you're going to need a lot of space for ready meals.
No,
I can't see with the hours you work, the hours your brother works.
He's talking about what's the word? Not stockpiling. What's it you do at the start of the week?
Meal prep.
But he's like talking about making loads of stuff. All
meal prepping.
Yeah, so he's going to do that.
But
that's a lot of effort. I can't be asked.
Yeah, I go back to the hours you work, the hours your brother works, the laziness, and the ability. I feel like there's not going to be a lot of fresh stuff in your fridge. Cheese, butter, milk.
To be fair,
Red Bull.
Possibly not. But then also we're walking distance from Tesco's and the town, so like if stuff like that, I think we probably will just potentially.
You know that's going to cost you an arm and a fucking leg doing it like
that.
I do 1 month. I do one shop at the beginning of the month.
Do you? One in a month? Oh.
I do one I do one at the beginning of the month, and that lasts me the whole month.
Does it? Okay.
Majority of it is frozen because I know my limitations. I am not going to be able to cook up a full from fresh like paella.
No.
So I don't buy the stuff for a paella.
Yeah.
Although I tell you what is a godsend, and this is a bit of brotherly advice to you, as someone that's lived on his own now for 8 years. Okay, I'll rephrase that. Someone who has lived in his own house for 8 years. The best thing you can fucking buy are those tortellini packets.
Oh, yeah.
Because they are another absolute fucking godsend.
Yeah. Yeah, on that note, this is coming out on Monday. By what point my mum will be back anyway, actually. But please come back. We've got food poisoning because I'm doing fajitas on Friday.
You're doing
fajitas tomorrow, yeah. Fajitas are easy.
Yeah, but I'm with you. The fajita bit is easy.
Yeah.
My concern with you is the chicken. Because chicken is very much an attention to detail meat. As in, if you get it wrong, you will end up in hospital. And you have the attention span of a fish.
My dad is a sous chef for both of us, by the way, so we're not he's working as well, so actually, to be fair, he wasn't there yesterday, but
yeah, you didn't do chicken yesterday.
No, that's true. Oh, we did. It was.
You did a chicken pasta bake. You used cooked chicken, didn't you? I fucking knew it. The look on your face just said, "No, I've cheated here. I've done." Someone at Tesco's has already taken all the risk in cooking it for me.
And do you know what I used to do? So I used to make fajitas when I lived up in Carlisle as well. Do you know what I used to make fajitas though? I didn't make chicken ones.
Steak. Yeah, steak fajitas. Tacos. I'll do some free advertising. Tacos Locos in town do mixed fajitas. Really nice.
And as soon as I came home, my mum used to wind me up about it. She's like, "Oh, look, getting all fancy with his steak fajitas." I was like, "Well, I just got a rump steak, which was actually cheaper than the chicken anyway. Yeah, and it's easier to cook." And
I cooked steak last night, and I made a bit of a mate of my one.
I don't know. It's hard, but it's more obvious if you get it wrong.
Oh yeah, and do you know what's worse? So I had to cook steak for 4 people yesterday. Fucking nailed it 3 times.
Yeah,
absolutely fucked it on one of them, and it was mine. I was like, I've overcooked this because I like my steak blue. Like give me a fork and let me in the field, and I'm happy. And it was one of them where I was like, mine looks that bit thicker. So I did the on the edge. Oh, that's gone crispy. That went crispy quick. Oh, my pan must be really hot. Right, I'll just. No, just give it a little bit longer. Brilliant. Looks like I've just dug that out of the bottom of a fire. Fuck that, didn't I?
Yeah. But we'll manage. Yeah, it's been. No one's died.
It's only been a night. So hang on.
Yeah.
When's your mum back? Monday.
Sunday.
When did she go?
Yeah, yesterday. Tuesday, Wednesday.
So yesterday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
So you cooked last night.
Yeah.
Your brother's cooking tonight. You're cooking. Who's cooking Saturday?
I think Dad, possibly.
I was going to say, because I feel like he's slacking a bit
here. He is kind of sous chef, like, when he's not working to all of us. But yeah, I didn't see him yesterday because he was working. And basically, I was like, I'm going to start. And he's like, yeah, that's fine. I'll come out and help you when I'm done. And then I was like, he's ready.
That was like us last night. Just sat there on the sofa, and I was falling asleep on the sofa. This is how ill I was. Like about 7:30, I was falling asleep on the sofa, and I just got a text. She was supposed to cook dinner. Can you cook dinner George still isn't asleep. I'm going. Oh, it's just. And then I'm going to do something stupid and stuff and watch the first lot of the cricket tonight. I did that last week and it bollocks me for the next day. I stayed up till midnight because I thought 9 times out of 10 I'll get into bed and I'm like still awake at midnight anyway. I might as well sit downstairs and watch the cricket. What a shit idea that was.
Yeah.
Because all it did was like, I normally go to bed at 10. I'm going to sleep by midnight.
Yeah.
I think that might have something to do with... it might have something to do with my bed. Because last night I got into bed at 9:15. I was asleep at 16 minutes past 9. So I think it's probably something more to do with my bed. But, yeah, I heard yesterday, or last week, got into bed at midnight thinking, well, this is when I go to sleep anyway. And was still awake at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like, bollocks, 2 hours is still there.
I don't know if I told you a story before on the pod. When I lived in Carlisle about the ashes, one of the ashes down under.
Remind me.
So basically, I lived about 100 yards away from work. And then my best mate up there lived pretty much opposite work. So it started on the Friday/Saturday morning for us. So my mate said, you know, it'd be a good idea. Like, come round mine. I'll get some beers, get pizza, and we'll watch it. So we did that on the Saturday, where you do just end up sort of. It's really weird. You sort of fall asleep. You watch until about lunch. You fall asleep, and then it's like midway through the evening session, and you watch to the end, and you just end up falling asleep. You just end up with a really staggered pattern. But we pretty much ended up. On the Sunday, I was like, I really can't be bothered with work tomorrow. It was just like, we'll just stay here and like just walk to work from here tomorrow. We pretty much did what we did on the Friday in terms of like takeaway beers. And then I walked into work the next day, and then we just continued to do it for the entire Ashes series. It was not good. I was turning up to work. I was like, I might be drunk, I might be hungover,
I might be on that fine line down the middle.
I'm definitely knackered, and but obviously, like, because I was walking to work, I didn't really need to think too much about. I just needed to get through the day. But then, like, unless it was the end of the test, I was like, I'm going to do this again now and again.
I'm going to do it again. Too. All right.
I don't know why we just really committed to doing it because it started on the Friday, and like
because you would have done Friday night, Saturday night, and then gone. I've done 2 nights. It can't be that much worse. And then you get up having something you got to get up for, and you're like, I've made a mistake.
Yeah, it was not good. That was the series that Australia absolutely battered England as well. So I don't know why we continued to.
Yeah, why did you not give up after the first one? After watching us get absolutely fucking whitewashed, why did you not just go? Yeah, no, I'm done. We'll go next time.
It was really funny as well because I'd just be sort of woken up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to pizza or beer. We've not eaten since probably not eaten since like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Gone to his, fallen asleep, and then he's like, oh, "Shit, I probably need to give him some food. I need to do something."
Tom, open.
Yeah,
there we go. Remember doing? Was it? I think it might have been McGregor Mayweather. No, was it McGregor Mayweather?
One was really. It was like the last one on. It was a really late show.
Oh, it's fucking ridiculous! Like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I had my cousin here. I had both my cousins here. Watched Man United. Man United was a late kickoff.
Yeah.
Then we watched Inter Milan, who were the evening kickoff in Italy. We then watched the boxing. I think there was a boxing show on. Then we watched the UFC that ran to about 1 o'clock in the morning. When that finished, we then put McGregor. I'm sure it was McGregor Mayweather on.
It was the last one of the show.
Oh, it's fucking awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we watched that. Literally, I was like, I'm going to bed. Like when it finished, I was like, I'm going to bed. Came upstairs, and you know how open plan life. My two cousins are downstairs talking. I'm like, we ain't going to bed. Literally, walked back downstairs. It was about 6 o'clock in the morning. I was like, none of us are sober enough to drive.
No.
Like, if we're going somewhere, we're going to have to walk it. And I'm pretty sure we walked into town and got breakfast at like 7:30 in the morning. Yeah. Absolutely steaming, and then wondered why we was absolutely bollocks for the next day. Because that would have been Sunday morning. Yeah. We did that, and then getting up for work on the Monday was a test. It's a real struggle.
Well, I've had it once before in Weatherspoons as well, where I might have said this one before. I basically ended up I was so hungover that I ordered a full English and a Coke, and it came out, and I drank the first Coke, ordered a second Coke. I just ended up in this, like, just because I was just so out of it, ended up staring at this bloke.
Oh yeah, you did.
And I was trying to basically say, I'm sorry, I'm just hanging out my backside, but no words were really coming out that made any sense.
Drunk and you in front of me.
Yeah, and
that's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. And eventually, I think they sort of came over and they were like, "You ordered." Basically, it's something to do with the food. They were like, "Yeah, you've basically been sat there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours now. Are you actually going to eat it?" And I was like, "I don't know, maybe." I think I did at that point, but obviously not a lot of it. It's one of those where that's like typical. Your eyes are
bigger than your belly. Yeah. Oh, we've all been there.
So let's talk about some cricket now.
Yeah, well, we'll start talking about the cricket, but can I start by having a bit of a semi-rant?
Yeah.
Can every pundit for every sport stop trying to be Gary Neville or Roy Keane or Jamie Carragher? Because I don't like when those three do it. And Stephen Finn and Alistair Cook were pissing me off last week. Because we're going to come into how good Jacob Bethel was. Mm. But they had written Jacob Bethel off before he'd even stepped on the pitch. Yeah. They were literally like, "No, it's too soon. It's too soon." Alistair Cook should be batting at 6. Should have kept Johnny Pope at 3, and he should have been batting at 6. And you work. Number 3 is a really important position. You build yourself up to batting at number 3. And Jacob Bethel just was like, "I would have asked to bat at 3 anyway. Yeah. I wanted to bat at 3." Yeah, but they should have definitely had him lower down the order. Maybe really push. I would have wanted Joe Root to be pushed up, and Joe Root. I can imagine Joe Root just sitting there listening to it, going, "We haven't even fucking played the first ball. Can we see how it goes first?"
Yeah, and we fielded first, didn't we?
Yeah, that's what made it worse. Is they're having this rant about how Jacob Bethel shouldn't be. It was a fucking day before he got to bat anyway.
Yeah. So Harry Brook batted very well, didn't he?
Yes, 100 and I want to say 72.
It was a big daddy 100, wasn't it?
It was, but then I also saw a very, very, and this is not just Harry Brook, but I think Harry Brook maybe epitomises this. England, in the last 4 away series, have won the first match of the test. Oh. And then gone on and lost. Oh no, apart from the first Pakistan tour. Won the first 2. They've got 2 first wins against Pakistan. Once against India, once against New Zealand. And obviously Pakistan was a bit of a collapse.
Yeah.
India 2-1, 3-1. Pakistan, obviously the first proper one under Bazball was a 3-0. But yeah. I'm not going to be hoopla about this until... And I'm not putting it solely on Joe Root.
Harry Brook.
Harry Brook. But he did the same against Pakistan. He went and got a 300.
Yeah.
And then got bollocks all for the rest of the series. Need him to start getting it a bit more throughout the series.
Yeah.
Because I think
his average is still okay, though.
I mean, his average is still above 50. It's more than okay. His average is probably higher than both of us got last season.
Yeah, possibly.
So let's just say it's not a criticism as such. It's, I think...
It's part of Bazball, though, isn't it? It is. To be inconsistent and erratic and not that.
It is, but it's not... It sounds like a criticism, but it's not, because it is I'm a big advocate of Bazball, but everyone on X and Instagram and all that going, "Oh yeah, look, this is it. Ben Stokes is going back to the city that he was born in, and it's going to be all hunky dory." Still another 3 tests.
Yeah.
Still could go very fucking wrong yet. Can we just park the enthusiasm?
Bethel as well. Good first test. Good debut.
I mean, again, I having just said what I just said about Stephen Finn and Alistair Cook, and I'm singling them out because they were the ones that were doing it for BT.
Yeah,
it's not called BT now. TNT. They were the ones doing it. It was all over BBC Sport. Sky Sports everywhere was saying that it was 2. Jacob Ethel should not be batting at 3.
Mm.
And as soon as, in my semi-asleep state, I saw Jacob Ethel get 10, I thought, oh, fuck. Oh, just please. He's pointed. They're going to hound him now. They're going to jump on him and be like, see, you've proven our point. He's 2. What a fucking ball that was to get him. I think 99 times out of 100, that ball is getting someone caught behind, or clean bowled. Like the best in the world would have struggled against that ball. It looked like it was. I thought it was going to take off stump, top of off, and it just that little movement away. It's what was it? Nathan
Ferguson?
No. Nathan Willow Rourke. Matt Henry. Tim Southey. Nathan Davis.
Right, yeah.
He did really well. I can hear a tap dripping.
Yeah.
It's worrying me. But no, he then came back and hit. That second innings looked to me as if it was someone who was playing
for their place after.
Not necessarily playing for their place. Playing for their place sounds harsh.
Playing for their spot.
No, again, but not necessarily playing for their spot. It was like that first innings was, I don't really know what to do with how to bat the test. That second one was, no, I don't know how to bat in the test, but I know how to bat.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bat the way that I bat. That 6 was humongous. Ben Duckett, again. Someone needs, again, big advocate for Bazball. Absolutely. Absolutely love it. But can someone say to Ben Duckett if it's going above your eye line, could you fucking leave it alone?
Yeah.
He nearly fell for it. Or got, how many lives? No. Was it? Brooke got 5 lives, didn't he?
Yeah.
Stokes
Their
got...
fielding was terrible, wasn't it? Yeah.
So on New Zealand, like.
Yeah.
But Brooke got 5 lives. Duckett got 1 because he got dropped off a top edge, didn't he?
Yeah.
Stokes was dropped by Latham, and we will come to the fielding because I think England's fielding needs to be commended. But Stokes was dropped off Latham off the drive, weren't
he? Yeah.
Did Blundell drop 1?
Did Stokes get dropped twice?
Possibly. Blundell dropped someone off the leg. Off the flick off the legs. That wasn't. Well, I think everyone thought, what the fuck are you? And then it came out, the TV did that. And this is the thing, and they go, oh, yeah, he did touch it. You're like, you could have just left that one alone.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah. But Ben Duckett, you are probably second, maybe third name on the team sheet at the moment.
Yeah.
Behind Gus Atkinson, Harry Brook.
Probably
Joe Root.
Ben Stokes, maybe 5th.
No, actually, no, with Ben Stokes' injury record at the moment, I reckon he's probably on the... But just he had the chance to go on, and that he was seeing the ball like a fucking beach ball, could have gone on and made a big score. And unfortunately, just plucked out the one fielder that could fucking hold on to one.
Yeah, actually, I woke up and saw that we'd won after the second innings, and I misread it as we won by 10 wickets. I thought, well, that's good for... Can
I just say, I don't think do you use the BBC Sport? Yeah, so I read that. I thought we'd won. And it was only when I'd just gone, oh, that way, that was good. It was only when I watched the highlights and went, was that Crawley's just gone out? And I'm sure Ben Duckett's just... Hang on. I think there must have been a thing.
Or unless maybe it was like the number, because they make a graphic.
Yeah.
Maybe the 10, sort of, maybe the 8 that sort of looked like a 1 and a...
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, on the BBC Sport, on the little notification bar, I read it as they'd won by 10 wickets.
Yeah, because I thought that's really good for Zach and for Ben, because they probably need a bit of confidence. And then, then I looked and it was actually 8. And I was like, oh, it wasn't quite as... Well, it's still pretty straightforward, to be fair. But
well, yeah, I think if you're taking down a team that is still chasing points in this made-up tournament that they're in,
to beat them by eight wickets is a very good.
Yeah, they've got the wickets. Atkinson,
Bryden Cast.
Oh yeah.
I want to talk. I think I might have found a new favourite bowler because he strikes me as someone who just does not give a toss.
Yeah.
He gets smacked for 6 and he just goes, yeah, fucking do it again then. Come on in.
He's very like sort of Durham, very northern, isn't he? Like the way he is.
Well, he's not because he's South African. But I know what you mean.
He plays for Durham, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Very much like that mould.
Hey, you want to fucking hit me for 6? Yeah, try and do it again. Bashir took 4 in the first.
Yeah.
Cars, did he get a 10th for overall?
I think so. He got 4 and 6, didn't he?
Yeah.
Was it 4 and 6?
4 and 6.
3 and 7?
No, it's 4 and 6. Gus Atkinson struggled.
Mm.
Chris Wokes took wickets, but again, struggling away from home. He's average. Have you seen his strike rate?
No.
56 away from home, 33 at home.
He's just an English bowler though. He's like a traditional English bowler, so he's always going to find it a little bit tougher away from home.
Ollie Pope batting down at 6. It worked.
Yeah.
How to get yourself back onto the bandwagon, and I do think a conversation might be had for, is it South Africa next we got?
I think so, yeah, in the new year.
Yeah, I think there might be a conversation going on between him and Joe Root going, no, you go 3. No, you go 3. Because he looked a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
And I know it's a case of, it's like, as Stephen Finn kept on saying, it's a different kettle of fish batting at 3 than it is at 4, and it's different at 4 than it's 5 because bowlers get more tired. He looked a lot more comfortable, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he didn't particularly put a foot wrong. I don't remember him. Did he drop one? I don't think he dropped one, did he?
No, I don't think so.
I don't remember a drop off him. Who else stood out? We're going to come to Zach because he stood out for the wrong reasons. I'm just trying to think.
That's pretty much the side, isn't it?
Bashir
did what Bashir does pretty much. Like, it wasn't very.
It's really hard. It's so hard to talk about Shoaib Bashir as a bowler because you look and you go, he got carted around a bit at the beginning of his innings, and then you look at the final figures and go, but he did take 6 wickets.
It's amazing how spinners can put it back as well. Like, they can get smacked around, but as soon as they get rid of, like if you look at,
if you've got someone who's got their eye in, you got KP.
You look at someone like West Indies, Chris Gale. Chris Gale would send anyone at the start of an innings, would send them for quite a lot. But then, like, as a spinner, if you get him after 5 or 6 overs, you're probably going at 8 or 9. But as soon as he's gone, as long as
your run rate starts to drop down, your economy comes back down again, doesn't it?
As long as Chanderpaul and Sarwan aren't in the mood. But
But yeah, no, I thought it's hard to comment on Bashir. I think I do. We saw a lot of the bowlers in Pakistan, didn't we? Ahmed, Leach, Bashir. They've still. I don't know what's happened to Tom Hartley. I think he might have fallen out of favour slightly. I do think out of all of them, he's the one. No, that's it. That was the end of that sentence. I don't know why I was looking at you as if there was more to that sentence. He is your Graham Swan.
Yeah.
Your Monty. No, that's a bad. Oh, that's a troublesome comparison. You're going to be. I can see him being England's frontline bowler for a while.
Yeah. Because
when he's, as you said, dismissed the bowler or the batsman who's taken a bit of a liking to him, you can just go to him and go, right, just bowl 6 balls.
The only thing he doesn't have, which most England spinners, obviously not all of them, given you just mentioned one of the others, but most England spinners you probably could bat at like 8, 9.
Yeah.
Whereas he's very much an 11, 12.
Yeah. But then, is he quite lucky in the fact that you got Gus Atkinson,
you got Atkinson,
Chris Wokes, Bryden Cast can swing a bat about a bit. It is literally him.
I wonder, like in previous eras.
Areas? Oh, the areas.
Previous eras, whether they would have kind of not overlooked him as such, because obviously Montecarnasso still got in, even though he was very much an 11. But whether that would have kind of gone against him a little bit. Do you see what I mean?
I don't know. See, if anything, you'd be more inclined to say it'd be this era that would be against him. This era with the long tail, and even if you are only out there for 2 balls, I mean, Bryden Cast would quite happily face 3 balls, but get 12 from him.
Yeah.
And has the ability to do that. Because I think all of us would be quite happy doing that. I faced 10 balls, I got 60. Fuck knows what happens. But which wouldn't work. It'd be 54, wouldn't it? You got out on the 10th ball, it'd be 54. I mean, but you'd think it'd be this one, but I think England's selectors and Stokes and McCullum, they obviously see something. Whether I don't think he's the finished product. I think he's. I wouldn't say a long way. A long way sounds harsh. He's a way away from being the finished product, but he is definitely a bowler that you look at and go, he's fucking tall. Who is he? 6'2"? Right arm, off spin. Not necessarily got the variations in. He doesn't really have a. Was it a googly? Can't remember which one. One's a googly, one's a slider, and doesn't necessarily have the googly. It's not googly's left arm.
No, you can have a right arm googly.
No, it's something else.
Doozera.
Is it that way? I can't fucking remember. I'm sure it's the Doozera.
Well, you got the slider, but the slider's just straight.
Slider's
on,
top.
So, yeah.
I'm sure that'd be off spin. I'm sure it's the Doozera. Please comment if we're wrong. Probably will be. But what he has got is such a good variation of pace. And it's not like when I bowl a like ball, you can see it coming a fucking mile away. It's not until that ball is pitched that you go, shit, that was slower, that was quicker. I've not played my shot. I've played my shot too soon. Gus Atkinson can just, I think someone just needs to hurry up and give him the keys to London now, because that man is a god. Joe Root. Unlucky in the first one? Was he unlucky or was it a bad shot in the first innings?
I'm trying to remember it.
The chop on. Second ball, first ball. Might have even been first ball.
Well, yeah, maybe don't be chopping it that early.
And he only had, less than an over until lunch? But a chop on. But then came back and... Well, I was quite impressed with the way that he...
Was that a deliberate... We were talking about spinners and then you go to Joe Root, or was that accidental?
No, it was accidental. I'm going through the team sheet trying to think who we ain't spoken about. Yeah. We've done everyone and I'm missing out the key person because we've got going to come to him. Supported Bethel well and that second innings I think was more of a captain's innings than I think he did in his whole time as captain.
He's probably...
Because he literally went, why, I'm not going to go for it. I'm not going to do it. And I know there was still the scoops and the roots and the whatever they're called. But he literally just stood down the other end and went, you fucking hit it.
Yeah.
You're in form. You're smashing it to all sides of the ground. You do what you want. I'll just be here. Block 1, 2, get you on strike, whatever. I'm not going to do anything stupid. I was impressed with Joe Root, considering he got a fucking duck in the first innings. Stokes. Is he fit? Isn't he fit? Just
well, he keeps saying he is.
He says he is. Does this not just feel like a proper? So if he was like in a romance novel, like Bridget Jones, will they, won't they? Is he fit? Isn't he fit? Is it? Will he play? Will he? Won't? Will he bowl? You just at this point you're going, just fucking tell us. I don't give a shit whether he bowls. Just tell us whether he's fit.
Yeah. He kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you remember this, when Liverpool had Luis Suarez and Sturridge. They played away at Mansfield in the FA Cup, and Brendan Rodgers was the manager at the time, and he went to Gerrard, Sturridge and Suarez, you're starting on the bench, and Suarez was basically kicked off a fuss about it, and then he went out and handed the team sheets over. He came back in, and Suarez was wearing a shirt, and he's like, "I'm not on that bench. I'm." And apparently this one didn't even speak English. So I don't know how he said it, but he pretty much was like, well, "I've got the shirt on. I'm playing." I can imagine Stokes being like that. You're like, "We're just going to rest you for this game." He's like, "No, you're not.
You're fucking not."
Like as soon as he's needed, and to be fair, like he even said in his press conference in there about coming off in halfway through and over. He's like, well, yeah, if the team needed me, I wouldn't have done that. The team just didn't really need me at that point.
Hamstring. Was it hamstring this time? Was it hamstring? Yeah. I'm trying to beat her out. I don't want to go on to.
It's just hard with an all-rounder because you kind of like, A, are they playing? And then B, are they batting? Well, obviously if they're playing, they're probably batting. But are they batting? And are they bowling? You kind of got to, and like if they're a decent fielder, i.e. Stokes is, are they going to be in a decent fielding position, or are they going to hide themselves and find leg for man, or just sort of hide them like we do to ourselves, just get away from the cricket
Me and
ball.
you just do third man either way, don't we? Before we move on to the Zak attack, as we're going to call it, or I'm going to call it, how did Ollie Pope find the one New Zealand fielder that can actually field? What a fucking catch that was. However, brilliant catch.
Yeah.
The celebration, bearing in mind, did he not drop two of them beforehand as well? To then stand up and give it the full fucking gladiator. Are you not entertained? I thought, yeah, it could come back and bite you. Yeah, mate. Like, if you lose, well, obviously did then go on to lose. And even, was it Tom Latham went, obviously we did put down some chances, but I don't think that was what cost us.
Yeah.
Harry Brook, you dropped him 5 times. He went on to make 172. That was quite a fucking reason. Right. Shall we start on Zak?
So yeah, we've got Zak and Stokes. Points.
Well, no, Stokes' point.
We're going to do that after?
You would do that afterwards. Because Stokes, this is... Zaks is for cricketing reasons.
Yeah.
Stokes is for what he said.
Yeah.
And weirdly, for once, we're both in agreement about something that fucking Ben Stokes said. So, Zak Crawley missed Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Didn't necessarily do the best against West Indies.
And did he get... No, was it West Indies got 50 against...
Got 150.
Got 50 at the start and then
nothing.
He does quite a lot of that. He does quite a lot of... He'll like first... a bit like Brooke does. He'll sort of get
have a really good first match.
Yeah.
Nothing to note against Pakistan.
No.
Grand total of 3 runs?
Yeah, not a lot.
Was it 3?
Not
a lot, was
it?
Actually, it might have been a bit more than that, but I'm sure I saw something on Twitter that was like, isn't it embarrassing that New Zealand dropped more catches than Zak Crawley got runs?
God.
It's Twitter, it might not be true, but I'm sure I saw that. How... I know Brendan McCullum and Ben Stokes come out and said the same thing. We like what he does. Yeah. He puts the pressure on the bowlers because he is so attacking. Doesn't leave a lot. It means that when you're bowling, you've got to bowl. If you try and bowl something that's 80%, you're not going to get. He's going to attack.
Yeah.
But the statistics don't exactly.
No.
It's hard to attack someone when you're sat with sliders on in the pavilion.
Yeah. I thought you were yourself.
No, I come in last. That's why I can attack. It's hard to attack and be an attacking player.
Yeah, it's the same thing, isn't it? He probably needs a game or two to come out the sides for like his own confidence and his own sort of mindset and stuff. But they've kind of just got this whole like, you're our man. We're going to stick with you through rain, through thick and thin and thin and thinner and thinner and thinner, and now it's really, really thin.
It's really thin, isn't it?
But obviously he can do it, and there's no real doubt he can do it. Like, look at the last Ashes, he was second top scorer.
Behind Khawaja.
Yeah,
but
but helped by a massive 180, wasn't it?
200, was there not 200 in there?
I think he got 180. Might have been 200.
There was a 200 in there. Yeah. What do you do though?
Well, I'd take him out the side and give him a few games
Right.
but not so much to drop him as such. That's what everyone will see it as. He's being dropped, but it's more. I think, he can do it with Duckett, but it's international cricket at the end of the day. It's Test match cricket. He can't be living on borrowed time like he has done for 2 or 3 years.
And he hasn't quite got the credit in the bank that the likes of a Root, a Pope,
No.
a Stokes, a Brook have got, isn't it? Can I just swing round to something though? And this goes back to when he was injured.
He didn't try anything else.
Who'd you pick?
Yeah.
We sat here and went, right, if you're not going to take, if Zach Crawley is injured, who'd you pick?
We said about Miaye, didn't we? But that wasn't really.
And Miaye still hasn't qualified yet.
No, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's someone that got loads of runs for Durham, but he's not really. The problem is, not every, especially with opening batsmen, not every opening batsman's a Test Bazball sort of opening batsman. That's the issue. Like Ben Compton's obviously his first year at Kent, he was on fire. But he never really entered the England conversation because he just isn't that type of player.
No.
But you're not going to ask someone to completely. Well, yes, as you can ask them, but they're not realistically. He's not going to
He's not going to be able to redesign the wheel. No, reinvent the wheel. That's it.
Redesign his entire game. Yeah.
No. You might have to take over because I think I've got a sneeze coming.
So yeah, there's not really a lot of options.
Is the fact that they didn't.
But they could have tried someone like Joe Root or a Bairstow, or they could have put someone to open, or just tried something like that.
When which one did he break his finger in?
Sri Lanka, and then he missed West Indies, wasn't it? Or was it the other way around?
West Indies was first. So broke his finger in West Indies, and then that's when we had our little experiment with Dan Lawrence opening the batting.
Yeah.
Why did we not look then and go? Well, I vaguely remember us having this conversation.
We did, yeah.
Zach Crawley's numbers don't stack up brilliantly anyway. So you'd take him out. I'm inclined to agree with you,
but not like drop him. Just it's ultimately it's the highest level of the game. You can't keep
It's like the 8 old things, and once this goes past, we're then on to South Africa.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've got India next summer, and then all of a sudden it's the Ashes.
Yeah.
There's only so many series. As much as you can go, oh yeah, they can't. Yeah, I suppose they could. Where are the Lions at the moment? Are the Lions out in Dubai?
Something like that.
I think the Lions are in Dubai, so yeah, you could get someone midway through the series. But realistically, that's not always an option. So who is your 18, 21 man travelling squad?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, like if you're captain, say, and you've got 13 or 14 players, you maybe pick me, and similar with Sam, like maybe pick people because you're sort of friendly with them. But you can't really be like with England. Oh, you're my mate. I'll get on with you.
Is that how I'm supposed to do it? Shit.
Yeah, don't drop me.
Okay. Yeah, so they've backed themselves into a corner with it, really, haven't they? Because they have nailed their flag to that mast. But the only other option was, realistically, is Dan Lawrence.
Yeah.
Because he's done it. But Dan Lawrence is persona non gratis and nowhere near the squad again.
Yeah.
I'd be intrigued. I wonder if it's in a notepad who we spoke about when he was...
Someone like Tom Wesley, maybe? There was a bloke at Durham. Actually, I'm not sure he's... The bloke that got all the runs for Durham last year, I'm not sure he's English. I think he might qualify. But I'm not sure he is actually English.
Go with me.
Tom Wesley.
I've got
spoke about me,
I've got a note here. Crawley out. And it just says Lawrence to open.
Uh,
Who replaces him? Why did we not? Oh, here you go. No. Why do we not? We should write proper notes so that we can look back and not say the same things again. I said, my pick would be Phil Salt.
yeah.
But we also mentioned Alex Lees,
Yeah.
Harry Brook opening,
Yeah.
Keaton Jennings, or Bairstow coming back.
Mm. There's plenty of people in the middle order that can open the batting as well.
Joe Root, I think, would be. I suppose Ben Stokes would probably
Stokes
be favourite.
has done it, I think, as well, hasn't
Yeah, Stokes would probably be favourite to open the batting.
he? Left hand, right hand, possibly Root. It depends if it's staying with Duckett, I suppose.
I don't think as I said, I think Ducky's probably one of the first names on the team sheet.
Yeah, but I mean, to open with him, so would you go left hand, right hand, as in Root over Stokes? Otherwise,
maybe, yeah. But then we've experimented with Root before, haven't we? Am I right?
Yeah.
We've experimented with Root before. Well, we might be proven wrong. By the time this episode comes out, he might have got to.
I do really want to, because it's obvious that he's got, like, England wouldn't stick by him all this time. I think there's a story about basically he turned up. This is when he was, on fire at Kent and just turned up for England first time. And one of the first balls, someone like Jimmy Anderson, someone that was sort of an experienced player, straight away on drive, and everyone was like, not seen many people do that. So, like, they obviously have a lot of faith in them. And it's good that they do have faith in them, but like ultimately, it's international cricket. There needs to become a point, which probably realistically a lot of people. Lot of people think it's probably gone a long time ago anyway.
Yeah, but I don't think that's. I personally don't think that's valid. I think Pakistan shambles.
To be fair, being injured, that kind of gives them another series, I suppose, doesn't it?
No, I think this is. I think this is his series. I do think this is his series. He needs. If he doesn't perform the next two tests, I do think he might be in trouble come South Africa. As for the tests that are starting tonight, unchanged from England. I was quite surprised. I thought Wokes possibly might have made way.
They tend to rotate, especially with the bowlers, tend to rotate it around quite a bit, don't they?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think who's in the squad. Pennington's injured. Josh Hull. Hull, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the spare bowler, isn't he? And then Ollie Stone.
Ollie Robinson's there as well, isn't he?
No, he's not got there yet.
I
think Ollie Robinson turned up today, which is why they've gone for an unchanged side. Or he might have turned up yesterday. And
he could possibly.
He can keep.
No, he could possibly open.
Oh, yeah, well.
I think he's done it for Kent in the One Day Cup.
Yeah, but welcome to English cricket. We're playing arguably one of the best Test nations over the last 5 years. Go and face Tim Southey for us. And if you get through that over, you got to get through Matt Henry.
Mind you, they've got to be on. Might know Matt Henry anyway. Might have played together at Kent.
Possibly.
But they kind of did that. You're saying, chucking Bethel in at 3. Why not chuck someone new in and that'd be quite a Bazball thing to do.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I'm with you. I do agree. It would be a very Bazball thing to do. I wouldn't want to do it.
It's good to see that Robinson's done well. Obviously, Kent had that situation 2-3 seasons ago where they ended up with 3
first class wicketkeepers.
Two of them have sort of moved on, found new clubs. I think they were both up there for county championship top run scorers. I think they're both sort of in and around that conversation.
Ollie Robinson
and Jordan Cox.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they're both in the England setup as well. Obviously, Cox is injured.
Both. I think they moved for very different reasons, didn't they? Jordan Cox, partner, lived in Essex, moved to be closer to his family, whereas.
Well, yeah, and I think possibly Essex are slightly bigger.
Only just.
Slightly bigger county than Kent.
But Ollie Robinson moved he wanted to play, didn't he?
Yeah, he just wanted to play, yeah.
So that's starting on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Should we talk about Ben Stokes and how both of us finally fucking agree on something that Ben Stokes has said?
Yeah.
Because I think it's the first of everything. Because the ICC are twats.
Yeah, basically. There's the points. Well, the point system for the World Test Championship.
Yes. So he was asked about. Was he asked or did he just?
He put it on his social media, so I don't think he got asked necessarily.
It was regarding both England and Australia, not Australia,
New Zealand
were deducted
10 points.
10%.
10%.
10% of the points for slow over rate.
Yeah.
But the point he made, and I'm with him, if the game has got to have 400 and... No.
50, yeah.
Right? 450 overs in it, or 5 days worth of play, and you get the game done in day 4, you cannot be punished because you could get your over rate up.
Yeah, it's really stupid. This has happened a lot at county level as well, where they're coming in afterwards, and teams going for promotion or fighting relegation, and the first thing the match official says is, get done for slow over rate. It's just like, really.
You don't want a situation like, was the real? I think it was Australia that were the catalyst behind it, weren't they?
Yeah.
Needed a draw. Was getting a bit tight. Oh, it's taken us 10 minutes to swap ends and sort out fields but there needs to be a level. The reason for deducting the points is because it takes away from the spectacle of cricket.
Yeah.
If you've got, you can see it coming a mile away. If you're watching it, going, this is going to be a draw. And then they're slowing it down. It's like watching football and you go, right, they're 2-0 up and they're taking the ball to the corner. But if you get a result...
Well, imagine that famous, I can't remember who it was against, the England test where it was done inside 2 days. Imagine if they got done for a slow over rate, just because they're like, but realistically, they could have been done for a slow over rate because they're taking wickets so often, it probably was quite slow. Yeah. But the game was done inside 2 days.
But the other thing is, and another point that Stokesy, refer to him as my mate, my mate Stokesy, that he made was, you go to Pakistan, you're going to play a lot of spinners.
Yeah.
So you're going to face... Your over rate is going to be unlikely to be slow.
Yeah. Unlike you getting your sentences out. Hey.
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
I was just looking for some sort of reference to you being ill and cricket. It kind of works.
Does it? I don't think it does. And then you go to Australia where it's going to be a lot of fast bowlers.
Yeah.
They've got a longer run up. The ball normally goes a lot further. The wicket keeper is stood further back. It takes longer to get round. A little bit of common sense. Where if this... my solution would be, can only bring in points deduction for the lack of slow over rate if there is not a result.
Also, it's the Nations League of cricket. Like no one
gives a toss, do they?
You've got to try and make them give a toss, and by just being that sort of anal about it all, it's just not.
It just puts some people off, doesn't it? It'd be like the Nations League turning around and going, well, if for the Nations League that one diehard fan in a street watches, because I don't fucking watch them because I think they're a waste of time. But if the ball isn't on the pitch for more than 70 minutes, we're going to deduct a point. Yeah. Right, what you've done is you've taken something that no one was fucking interested in and made it less interesting.
No.
But cricket, Test cricket is dying. We know this for a fact. Why are you complicating it by going, yeah, I know that you got it done in 4 days, and I know that you've had to give refunds for the 5th day, but if you'd gone to that 5th day, you wouldn't have used up all your overs, so you can't do it.
And also, there's no telling. I think this is a point that I've seen at county games, like Kent games and stuff. It's like we'd tried to catch up on our overs, and the match official was like, "But would you have done?" It's like, Well,
we don't fucking know.
Yeah, but yeah, we'd have tried. I don't know if we would have caught up on the overs, but we'd have tried. So yeah. Also, the other point that has just come into my head that I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen Tammy Beaumont talk about the comparisons between men's and women's cricket?
No. Is this going to get us in trouble if you say this?
No, not really. It's just it was quite interesting. She said about how she thinks women's cricket. I don't think she specifically said harder than men's cricket, but like the challenges of women's cricket in terms of like if you're facing a 90-mile-an-hour bowler, obviously you don't really need to do a lot, and the ball goes quite a long way when you're batting.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're bowling, the bowling's a lot slower, so it needs to be a lot more precise. But sort of making comparisons between the men's and the women's game.
But surely the women's boundaries are smaller.
They are a bit, but probably not enough to.
I don't know. There are some grounds where they hoy them in.
It's not like this table length, is it? It's like it's still quite a distance.
Yeah, it's a distance that they come in. There are still female bowlers that bowl upwards of 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, and she did say there's a couple of players, unless you
Alice
Capsley.
No, the South African one. Knap.
And then
Knap.
Then there's an Australian one. And she said that they initially those two, very few of them are strong enough to just like whack everything for six. So you kind of have to think about the game a bit more.
But
I just thought I came across it on TikTok today, and I thought
I feel like this is next week's episode sort of now, isn't it? Is that not? Yeah, I think we need to do proper.
You haven't seen it at all,
no,
have you?
I haven't seen it, so I want to do it without sounding like a fucking bell end. So I nearly said Belmont, and I was like, I think we should. There you go. That's something to look forward to. We do that next week.
Yeah, okay.
I
don't think she was saying women's cricket is harder than men's cricket.
I'm
just saying there's
I get what
different
she means.
challenges.
I get what she means, but I think that's a conversation. Well, let me do some research.
It's only just because it popped. I watched it this morning, and it popped up.
I gives me an excuse to look on and go hard women sport and just not get in trouble.
You could just type in Tammy Beaumont.
Yeah, but I could gives me a reason to not get in trouble by putting in sports women hard, and I'm not going to get in trouble. It's for work. You don't understand. I think both of us have got a rant this week, haven't we? I definitely have.
Yeah, you have your one. I'm trying to figure out what rant I want to do or whether it's worth doing, but yeah.
Right. Someone will probably be able to explain this to me, but it seems like the biggest load of absolute bollocks going. Why? And I'm only saying this because obviously I've just done all my Christmas shopping.
Oh, well done. That's me this weekend.
I've had some extra time in my hands. So, when you buy something, the money comes out of your account instantly.
Yeah.
I've had a notification on my phone from NatWest saying that I've paid for something before the little thing comes up saying it's been approved. That's how quickly they take the money out of your account. Why the fuck does it take 3 to 5 working days to give me a refund?
Yeah.
Because
it's not through the bank, to be fair. That is through the company, I think.
Yeah, but explain it to. I don't understand how you can take that money instantly, but for a refund, I've got to work. Wait, I bought 2 things I've got a refund for this week. I did my monthly Tesco shop, and
do you go to the shop or do you do it online?
Do a fuck.
You do it online. So you probably get this is your rant, isn't it? Hold on, go on.
So I ordered my monthly stuff.
Yeah.
And he turned up with it, and he literally, I've got the Ring doorbell.
Yeah.
But he does it all, and does the doorbell, and they always do it at the end. They stack it all up and then do it, and then you stand there going, let me just take it into the kitchen, and I'll just empty it out. Because I'm not fucking emptying it in my porch and leaving my front door open. It's cold.
Yeah.
He drove off, and it was, I was sort of looking going, I'm missing a lot here.
Oh, right.
Like, I've ordered 140 quid worth of stuff.
Yeah.
This is not 140 quid worth of stuff. So I went through my order, and I rang Tesco's, and I went, I think your driver has left one of my crates.
So everything was right, as in like.
So everything was right, apart from I didn't have toilet roll, dishwasher tablets, washing detergent, or Unstoppables, or the scent boosters. And I was like, he's missed off the cleaning / laundry / because they do like you'll learn when you get home delivery.
Well, we won't do because we live right next to Tesco's, but yeah.
If you're going to live up on the floor, you get them to bring you up the stairs. So there's your meat, there's your freezer, there's your fridge. Yeah. I was like, I think your driver has forgotten one of my crates. All right, we'll ring the store and then we'll ring the lorry, the driver. But just put you on hold. And Tesco's, get some fucking hold music. Because that was... I'm literally on silence on the phone. Just like... No, still there. What the hell?
I don't know. That's maybe better than the hold music. It depends what the hold music is.
If you've got hold music, at least you know that the phone's not cut off.
Yeah,
because the worst thing would be you sat there going, "It's been 20 fucking minutes." Oh, he's hung up. But he came back on, and I know what's happened because his voice gave it away instantly, which was, "Who's spoken to the driver?" And it's not on the van, so. What we're going to do is we're just going to go out, and I was like, definitely he's just opening back doors and gone, shit. Tell him it's not there. So what we're going to do, we'll refund you. I went, okay. So we'll refund you for those items. I was like, sweet.
Not give you those items?
No, not give me those items. Give me a refund. So I've still got a fuck off and go and get them. Yeah. So, so there's we'll process your refund. I mean, okay, so when did it go through? Well, it takes 24 hours to process. And then it's 3 to 5 working days to get the money back into your account. And I went, the fuck?
Yeah.
We've just been on the phone and had this conversation where we've come to the conclusion that he's fucked off with some of my stuff that I've paid for that you haven't delivered. Why is it taking 24 hours to process, for one? And two... Why the fuck is it not going into my account straight away? Surely it's a case of just going, that money that we've just taken, have that back. Have that back, please. Just cancel that bit off of it. Why does it take 5 days? The second one, Trainline. So I ordered some train tickets to go to London yesterday. Plans changed, I had to cancel them.
Yeah.
Same thing. The Trainline is a lot fucking easier. You literally go on and you go, they're the tickets. You go on the app, you go, oh, they're the tickets. I want to refund them. And what's your reason? Plans change, whatever the reason was. Refund. Your refund has been processed. The money will be in your account between 1 and 5 working days. I was like, how? Then you get an email. So I paid £32 for my train tickets. I then got an email going, your refund request has been processed. Your refund will be £24. So I looked and went, right, so £32. All right, yeah, terms and conditions, I lose 10%.
Oh, do you? Okay.
You'll lose 10% because of that. £6 admin fee. I've done the fucking admin. It's not like I've rung up and gone, yeah, I need you to cancel my tickets and I've done it all on the app. Where the fuck are they finding these admin fees?
Yeah.
When I'm doing your job, I've not contacted you.
Yeah.
Like if I rang up, it'd be like me go. I don't know. Fucking trying to think of something that's in my house that's under warranty. Fucking my oven. Oven's under warranty because I got a new one. So it's like me ringing up Bush, my oven, ringing them up, going, I've got a problem with the oven. Oh, never mind, I've sorted it.
Yeah.
And then I'm turning around and going, there's an invoice for £5 for the admin fee that you've just done. I'll be like, no, piss off. Yeah. I don't understand it. I do not understand how someone can look and go, yeah, they need to get charged an admin fee when it's my phone. It's my phone I've done it on my Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Fuck off with your admin fees.
I feel like a lot of that is like, it's essentially, that sort of thing's essentially like, if it was an old granny that's managed to do something online like, what can we charge her where she's not going to be like, not going to sort of come back. Did you see what I mean? Like, the sort of things that they're not going to sort of check, and almost when they sort of kind of get scammed. Well, it's obviously not a scam, but they just wouldn't really look into it, and then just
normally you just accept it.
Yeah.
But it was only as I saw that email and went, I've fucking done all the work on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just admin fees. What the fuck are you paying at? And why can a refund not? So I want someone to explain to me. If you listen and you are someone that deals with, would it be finance? Finance. Why does a refund take so long? Why is it not instant? Why can I not have a full fucking refund? And I've just thought of another thing. With Tesco's, I have to pay a pick and pack fee. They don't even fucking pack it anymore. Because of the saving the Johnny Polar Bear, it doesn't fucking come in a plastic bag.
Yeah.
So you're not picking it, but you're going to be walking up down the fucking aisles anyway, putting stuff out.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is saving you having to put something else out on the shelf.
Yeah.
That's my fucking head in.
I can tell you're slightly annoyed by that one.
Yeah, admin fees.
It was quite interesting watching you get that irate while working for a cold one. No, I'm going to say it.
No, I don't care if I'm going to die. Tesco's, or not Tesco, Trainline need to know. I need to stop doing that because it really echoes from the minds, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know what you mean though. With like sometimes, obviously, it's inconvenient. Like I remember going to university, and when on the way back, the train was delayed, and you think, well, this is annoying because I just want to get home now, sort of thing. Yeah. And then you think, well, actually, lecture finished at 1, getting on the train. I should have been home by 3. I'm still going to be home by 4, and it's delay and repay. But that's like so much hassle to go through just to get. And it's to be fair, you get obviously you still do the.
Does you get 60% back? Is it
33? I think
33.
Yeah, the third of it.
Oh bollocks to that.
But yeah, even that's like you got to jump through so many hoops. And I remember once got told, some bloke was like, yeah, actually the good news is you'll get a full refund. I was like, well, yeah, I will, but I've got to go through so much work to actually do it.
That's the good news. The even better news would be if you said I was going to get there on fucking time.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously there's a few times where I've been delayed and I kind of think, shit, like this isn't good. But there's been times where I kind of think about it and think, well, it's nice that I'm going to have to get this. But it's almost like doing an expenses claim, isn't it? When you're not doing an expenses claim, you're just pointing out they haven't done. Do
you know what would be worse? If you filled all that out and then they took away a fucking admin fee.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, you got your 33%, but we're going to take £7 of that as an admin fee. Someone explain it. If you know someone that works in finance, get them to contact me. Because Tom's not going to be interested. Contact me, because I want to know why a refund cannot be instant.
Yeah, I don't know where it's going. But it's going out instantly. I don't know why it can't go in instantly.
Could you imagine doing it with cash, though?
Sometimes it
Imagine
does,
you paying cash for something. And they go, I bought this T-shirt in your shop last week and got home and found it's got a hole in it. Here's the receipt. I paid cash. Would you like the cash? Yeah. We'll come back in 5 days and I'll get the cash for you. No! Fucking give it to me! Oh, that was my head in.
Yeah.
Are you ranting today or?
No. So, yeah. Look, I'm going to rant about the house stuff.
Okay.
That's basically still not done. It should be done, so I'm not going to go on a massive rant.
Hang on. Just a little bit of excitement. 11%. I've made it to that.
Hey! I wonder what you're talking about then. 11%.
That's how much my brain's working.
So basically I've kind of put some pressure on this week, and I was told today, i.e. Thursday, we may get a completion day, and that's not happened. So they said it might be end of this week, possibly today, or maybe the start of next week.
Can I just give you a bit of a heads up? After this, when they give you that completion date, they will fucking hound you.
Yeah.
It'll be like, yeah, so the completion date is tomorrow at 1 a.m. in the morning.
Well, exactly.
And you'll be like, well, that's not convenient.
Yeah.
Right, well, you're just going to have to give us a date.
Yeah. Well, this is a part of it, because I wanted to, in an ideal world, I wanted to book the week off that we're moving in off work.
Get your toolbox out.
No, just to sort of help move in, really. But realistically, now...
Hang on, can we put a pin in that for a second?
Just to move all my stuff in.
It was the way you went to help. And what do you think? Like the fucking house moving fairies are going to do it?
But no, there's going to be. It's obviously not just going to be me.
No,
But
it'd be you and your brother.
yeah. But
would you
now,
want your brother sorting out your bedroom?
He's very precise. So in a way, yes. In a way, no.
Yeah, but do you want him going through the bedroom that's at your mum and dad's house?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I don't think he's getting this deep into this episode. So I think
let's fucking hope not. Hi Sam, if you're here. I can't wait to come and see the place. Can't wait to see what you've done with the place. With your OCD from the sound of it.
So, but basically, I wanted in an ideal world to put the week off work. Well, now that close to Christmas, realistically, the weeks I can do if I'm going to do that, which now I appreciate it might not be possible. We're talking next week or the week after. There's only 2 more weeks because I
genuinely thought you were going to say, well, the 2 weeks I can do are next week or this week.
No, next week or the week after that. But then after that, they finish completing on December the 20th. So that's 15 days away. What's really getting on my nerves is, to be fair to the estate agents, they're now on it. And I spoke to them yesterday, and his words are, we're going to get this done before Christmas.
Of course they are. That's a nice little fucking end of year bonus for him.
The financial advisor didn't really. I basically contacted him just to check that everything was in place. He said, "Yeah, you don't need to do anything with us at this point." Just to remind you, the your current mortgage offer will expire in early February. And I looked at it. I was like, well, we should be fine for that. And I thought, well, actually, if it goes into the new year,
Jesus,
it's very close. But it shouldn't. But
hang on, have you had that mortgage offer for a year now?
No, we put the offer in the summer.
Yeah, but
nearly 6 months.
When did you get your principal in mortgage?
Yeah, about the summer, about
was it?
June, July. No. So the estate agents are keen for it to finish. The financial advisor seems like everything's in place. The 2 people that aren't that interested,
solicitors,
are the solicitors who work for the same company and aren't communicating with each other. Basically,
and your brother.
Well, no, my brother wants to do it. He just hasn't really done the legwork. That's been yours truly.
We're really hoping he hasn't got this deep into the call. I might put this in the trailer for the episode. Just tag him.
I'd rather you didn't.
Sam, you might want to listen to this one.
Yeah, no, so the estate agent said the only things we can discuss a completion date with you as soon as the deed of covenant is the seller's side. They've still not done it, and I don't get why the property's empty. And the estate agent said to me when we were on the phone yesterday, once we've got a completion date, he'll be keen to finish quite quickly because the property's empty and just costing him money.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought I just agreed on the phone. I came off the phone. I was like, well, hold on, the property's empty now. Like it hasn't sped him up.
Well, yeah, but the whole time has been out of his hands, isn't it? It's only when that, like you said, that deed of covenants comes in all of a sudden it's in his hands. I could just imagine just you knocking on the door, just like, it's empty. I've got my bed. Yeah, but you've not signed up. I don't give a shit. It's empty. I don't want to live here. I just want to drop it off.
Yeah. So yeah, that's true as well. Over Christmas, we're pretty much immediately going to be going back to our mum and dad's house anyway. Well, I don't
that
know
new home feel. I can't wait to. Lunch is in an hour.
No, I think for Christmas, not just to see them.
Yeah, no, I gathered that.
Yeah,
but the way your luck's going, it'll be Christmas Eve that you'll get the fucking go ahead.
Well, we won't because they finish on. Yeah, they'll probably ring to say on Christmas Eve. They'll say it's all ready. It can go through. Unfortunately, we shut on December the 20th, so it can't go through right now. But if you come back in the new year,
well, what we've done is if you come to the office, there's a stone. Underneath that stone is your house keys.
Yeah,
brilliant.
So yeah, we're waiting on the deed of covenant from the other side, and then basically there's 4 things that the estate agent said they're effectively statements that me and Sam need to say yes or no to. But he said it's not that complicated. You'll probably just say yes.
It's not that complicated. What was the options? No.
No, but he means it's not stuff that's going to sort of delay it too much. He reckons.
He said that at every opportunity so far.
No, but the estate agents haven't been that bad. It's been the solicitors. And yeah, just the fact I'm still talking about the fucking completion day. And
can I just say,
everyone said it'll be done by Christmas, and even this time, the last Friday, the estate agent said his wording was really weird. He said this will be done, or we're still confident this will be done next month. And I was like, well, it's not going to be done on December the 27th, is it? It's going to be done in the next couple of weeks. Because he said that last week, so we were still in November at that point.
Can I just say, the stress levels from you have been fucking incredible, especially considering when I moved in here, I got a mortgage in principle in January, made the offer on the house at the end of January, and moved in at the beginning of May.
I spoke to someone who completed. They don't actually live in their flat, but completed in their flat.
Mm.
I'm going to be paying more than double that in legal fees.
Oh, you've been properly fucking done, haven't you?
But then there's not really a lot you can do about it, is there?
No, but you have been properly fucking done.
It's just luck of the draw. But yeah, essentially
Tom,
the rant is
Tom.
What?
You of all people just using the phrase, it's the luck of the draw.
Yes, it's not good luck.
No, you're fucking right.
Yeah, that's the other rant, which I'm not going to go into, but we'll leave that one.
I think you need... on your way home, you should stop off an Asda's, see if they do a Lucky Rabbit's Foot, a 4-leaf clover.
Oh, right.
What else is lucky?
I don't know.
And just... Like, if you threw a fiver in the air, it would come down as a parking fine, wouldn't it?
I also had one of those.
Oh, for fuck's
I had one of those.
Oh, this is the most depressing end to a fucking episode we've ever done.
Well, it's not that depressing because I'm not bursting to tears about it. I'm still just about seeing a funny side to it. That was after the first day. Basically, I wanted to park. We went to... I said about it.
Oh, you said, didn't you?
I said we went to Ashwood Designer Outlet. The outlet was full. She went to the overflow. I didn't know there was an overflow, so I ended up in Asda. I'll be all right because it says on the signs you get 2 hours. It should be fine. The fine came through for how the fines are. It's like it said £100, but I think it was only
50 if you
50
pay
or
within
60.
14 days.
2 hours free parking. On the thing it said you were parked here for 2 hours, 4 minutes and 15 seconds. I was like,
oh, saying that, there's a thing going through. Have you paid it?
I've already paid it.
Oh, there's a thing that someone's arguing the point that there should be a fight. They want there's a 5-minute window. So if you're there for 2 hours,
yes, I might have been.
If you were there for 2 hours, less than 2 hours 5, you could turn around and say, "I was looking at the parking situation." And they want it extended to 15 minutes now. Can I just say as well, one thing that I have learned with my ample time off at the moment, trying to find another job. I had a conversation with a company, and it's weird how Indeed works. Indeed sometimes are particularly fucking anal. So sometimes it'll be like, do you have a driver's license?
Yeah.
Is it a UK driver's license? Is it a full license? Other times they just bundle it all in together. One of these ones, it said, bundled it all in together. It said, have you got a full and clean driver's license? And I put no, because mine's not clean. Yeah. The company emailed me and went, have you got can you explain this with the driver's license? Because you've said in past you've done out of hours reactive call outs, which means you can't have done it on the trains.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a driver's license, it's not clean, I've got 6 points. Oh, okay. And then the next message I got was, how can you tell me when these expire? Because if they're close to the expiration, it makes it easier for us to get you insured on a company vehicle. And I turned around and went, I only got them in June. They're not expiring anytime soon. Yeah. Right, you can do the goodbye because my throat really fucking hurts.
So we've been from the boundary. One of us has been... Well, actually, you say my luck can't get any worse. You've been ill and I've been sat next to you for an hour and a half. So I could wake up in the morning and my luck could be worse. That could genuinely happen. So
I'd let you know it's a sore throat first. I couldn't swallow anything on Wednesday.
Oh, excellent. Well, thankfully, I don't have any football this weekend, although my plans are now completely out the window.
And let's be honest, I've not kissed you.
No. That's that's not happening.
No, that is Patreon
only. Not many people are kissing me, to be honest. And when they do, it goes bad. So right, anyway, so we've been from the boundary.
We need to do social media.
Yeah, I was going to do something about a helpline. If you just jump to the last 15 minutes, there probably are some helplines you can try and call if you want. If you just jump to the last 15 minutes, it's pretty depressing.
What, parking fines?
Your rant,
Yeah.
my rant, yeah.
If you're new and you're thinking, do we do this every week? Yes.
Yeah.
Would you say we're middle aged now? I'm probably late. I've not looked after my body at 31. I'm probably entering the final innings of my life.
Imagine going to like something where it's designed for people at end of life care or something, and you rock up and they're like,
No, you're too young. You've not seen what I've done.
Imagine. Anyway, right, so we're going to have to try and cut this before we just keep rambling.
Well, one of us will keel over and it'll probably be me.
We've been from the boundary. We are on Twitter, on X. We are on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. You can email us at fromtheboundarypod@gmail.com. We have a, what do you call it? Patreon.
It's like OnlyFans, but for people that look like us.
So if you subscribe to that, you get the episodes earlier. You will get
merch when they come out. Well, I'm currently trying to sort out the bloody Bristol t-shirts.
Yeah, so
they are coming.
Merch when it comes out.
Discount on merch, not just anyone can get the merch. You get a discount on merch if you're a Patreon.
Get the episodes early, and you'll get some special episodes which you haven't quite got round to.
No, the logistics.
I hope to be in a flat, and things just haven't.
They will be a lot easier when Tom is not stressed about moving into a flat. But
not stressed about a lot of things. Yeah.
I still think we might do a Christmas party.
Yeah.
Might do a Christmas party episode yet.
Well, maybe next week or the one after.
Maybe. We'll do a Christmas. We might still do a Christmas party episode.
Yeah, so I think that's all for this week. Thanks for listening again.
I've been
Tom, and Sam is going to go die in a ditch.
We're in a ditch. I've got a perfectly good bed down there. I'm not going to go outside. Why am I going? It's like adding steps to it. I want this to be over really quickly because I've been in so much pain and I feel like death warmed up. What are you going to do? Go and stand outside. Seems like a reasonable thing.
Anyway, Sam's now going to go and fall asleep in his bed, apparently, because that's what normal people do. I'm not going to do anything stupid like stay up and watch the cricket. I'm going to not try and power through. Good. All right. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Bye, Felicia.